Morning gentlemen, I'm going to do something a little bit different today from my normal videos, in as much as this is a first impressions video. And it's a first impression of a new soap from Phoenix Beau, and that soap is Denali. The limited, well I say limited run for summer soap, it is, as you can see on here, menthol, peppermint and camphor. So, as you may or may not know, the last week or so I've had a cold and I've been testing Albion. I really ought to have used Denali because of the scents. It's going to hopefully clear the nose, and we'll see how eye-watering it may be. Now, up front, you can see it's a nice sort of semi-soft soap, and immediately the menthol is coming through in terms of scent. It's quite a strong scent in the pot. We'll hopefully see if that'll translate to the lather later. So a nice long slow inhale there. I can feel it up in the old upper echelons of the old nostrils going on, so yeah, all bodes well. So the tools for today are, apart from Denali, my trusty shaving room bowl, because I always like to bowl lather a soap for the first time just to learn it. The second tool of the day is the 1972 Gillette Tech with a Astra Superior Stainless blade in there. I think it's on 2 or 3 shaves now. And of course a Cadman brush. Now, this one right here, 26mm Silvertip knot, so it's going to give Denali a good tearing up. So, I've already hot toweled my face, and we have a brush, and we're going to load it. Now, as we know, all of Kerry's soaps load very quickly on a Cadman. I've done the usual 2 generous shakes, and as you can see already, we're building shed loads of pre-lather. So all is well here. We have a good familiar soap. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn around and start pouring this into the bowl because I don't want to waste it. And this method of 2 generous shakes on the brush and a short load time into the bowl gives me a great lather. So here we go. A fairly short load. As we know, we have the soap looking like so. And in the bowl so far we have this. Now, we're just going to start whipping it in the normal manner, as I've become accustomed to with the Phoenix Beau soap. Now, historically, with all my meddling with menthol and soaps and whatnot, I've found it can sometimes affect the quality of the lather. It can make it a little bit thin, it can make it, I don't know, a bit unstable, shall we say, but we'll see. Now, I recently tried a sample of a heavily mentholated soap. Thank you again, Avnish, for the sample of Sterling. Now that lather ended up pretty thin, and I can tell already we've not got that here. We've got, if I can just beat it out of the brush a bit, we've got some thick lather going on, which is testament to the quality of Kerry's soap. Now, like I say, I don't normally need to add any extra water for my preferred method of lathering these soaps, and it looks like we're good today. We've got oodles of creamy lather going on that's not runny, not too runny at all, holding its shape, and is smelling good. Now, it smells very familiar, in as much as I blend my own pre-shave oil and I use menthol and peppermint oil, so it's a very familiar scent, and it smells quite sweet. It's very nice. So, what have we got here? Let's have a look. Thick, sort of shiny lather going on there. Let's just see if we can show you. Holding its little peaks. There we go. Ideal. So 10 out of 10 on the lather there. It's immediately a thicker, more stable lather than any of the heavily mentholated soaps we've tried in the past. Now, following yesterday's messy lathering, I'm just going to knock the majority out and I'm going to lather up for the first pass. Oh. Menthol hit. Now, like I say, I've been having a bit of a cold man flu situation going on this last week, and it already started with Albion. And as fantastic a soap as it was, this would have been probably the better choice for the week because it would have helped clear the nose, which it's doing right now. Hopefully you can see it's going on nice and thick and rich. None of that watery, collapsing lather that you often get with menthol soaps. And you can see I've got it on the lips and they are tingly. Yes, very tingly. So we've got some good menthol levels going on. I'll just remove that because we don't want the lips going completely out of control with the cold. So I'm just going to warm the razor while I check the old sideburn situation. Because we don't want to be shaving them all off, do we? No. Now, instantly I could feel the menthol in my nose. I can now feel it in my face. It's cool, very cool. It's not the coldest soap I've ever had. That was a sample of the Sterling from Avnish, but it is colder than your mainstream Parassos, your Ingrams. It's quite a lot colder than those. If you put the Sterling at a 10 in terms of cold, this isn't far behind. It's probably about an 8, something like that. So a very nice chill indeed. So we have the Gillette with a I think it's a 2-day-old blade in there, 2-shave-old blade should I say. We'll see what we can get done with this. Or in typical fashion, super amounts of glide. Not unexpected at all, because it's a Phoenix Beau soap, so it's happy days. We're at normal levels. The cold is definitely setting in. I'm liking this cold. Yes, liking that a lot. Now, as we can see, there's a little lather in there. That is chilly. That is very chilly. No, thought I'd nick myself there. I thought the curse had struck again, but no, it's a little red spot. Very chilly. I like this Kerry. I like it a lot. So, under the chin. Oodles of glide, like I said earlier, and plenty of cushion as well. Super slick, just what I like. we go. Now, ordinarily I would rinse at this point, but I'm enjoying the cold, so I'm going to let it linger. So that first pass was super slick, and even though it's a very mild razor, it's got very close indeed. Enjoying that, but the cold, oh the cold, it's very nice. I know people are very polarised by cold soaps. Some like them, some don't. I do. I confess to being a bit of a mental head, and the opposite scale, a bit of a chilly head, but that's another story. This is nice and cold. It's colder by quite some margin than your other cold soaps. Thoroughly enjoying it. So I'm going to let this cold set whilst I lather up for pass number 2. And look, you can see here, the lather is still nice and thick and stable and creamy. Good stuff. The airways are getting a little bit clearer. Well, nice and thick. I like this. I like it a lot. Now, excuse me. Anyone familiar with the Gillette Tech knows it's a very, very, very mild razor. Probably why I chose it for today. So we get a very, very, very small amount of blade gap going on there. Don't know if you can see that. No. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that just for something a little bit different there. So pass number 2 against the grain, or across the grain, should I say, as best we can. Funky growth and all that. Cold is wonderful. Would you want it any colder? No, you wouldn't. But I'll tell you why. Because when it gets too cold, your eyes start watering. And that can make for an unpleasant experience. Especially when you're in control of a sharp blade. So this is just the right amount. It's freezing your face a little bit. But not too much. Yeah, this is good. Liking this, yes. The cold, it's intensified a little bit, not massively, but a little bit. So, again, not going to rinse because I want the cold to stay. I like that. Straight on for pass number 3. And again, you saw it was only up to 15-second load, something like that. And we've got stacks of thick lather. So, pass number 3, lather going on now. Oh, now the cold. Ooh, yeah. It's like rubbing an ice cube over your face. don't know what wizardry you've got going on here, Kerry, but this level of cold should in theory indicate a naff lather, but no, this is wizardry. What is it? Anyway, we'll worry about the science later, and we'll leave it to the scientists and people who know what they're on about, because I don't. Databases, yes. Bit of websites, yes. But soap science, leave that to the experts. So, third pass with the Gillette against the grain as best we can. Yeah, nice and smooth in the trouble spots, which is where a lot of soaps fall down for me. And just leave those areas feeling ragged as you're shaving them. But not Denali. No. It's a cool customer. Taking everything in its stride. Loads of glide still. Perfect. Clearing the airways too. Fully aware I'm pulling funny faces, so feel free to screenshot away, Stephen. I'm sure you're compiling another video of funny faces. I may pull some on purpose later. Anyway, a little bit of a rinse, and as we can see, not clogged. Not clogged. Brilliant, yet again, in that sense. Against the grain on the face. Lovely. Spot on. There we go, all three passes done. Now we'll rinse, because I'm covered in soap and we know the cold levels. So I get the old trusty gym towel and wipe off and see what we think overall. Yeah, it feels good. Residual slicknesses, oh yes, stacks of it. Avnish, I know you like to rate yours as how many times you have to rinse off, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this one if you haven't already tried it. Lots of residual slickness. Yes, stacks of it. So, here we go. What do we think of Denali? Well, me, thinks it's great. The menthol, peppermint and camphor are quite obvious. The cold sets in from 10 seconds or so after lathering for the first time. You get a bit of a hit up the nose first of all, and then the cold chill sets in on your face. And, excuse me, I like that a lot. Second pass, it intensifies. Third pass, it's like being on a mountain, which if you look down here, you'll see a little mountain. Now, Kerry advised that Denali is the name of a mountain that is particularly cold, one of the coldest on Earth. So it's an apt name because it is very, very cold. In terms of performance, from the first go, it's very slick, as we know from a Phoenix Beau soap. Cushion, great amount of cushion there, even on a mild razor it's obvious. And post-shave feel will remain to be seen later on. I will do a little addition to the video probably in an hour or so, just to let you know how that goes, and we will see. So first impressions, good stuff. Scent is great, performance is great, post-shave feel we will see in an hour. So gentlemen, thank you very much. Oh, cold towel intensifies Denali quite a bit. Welcome back, gentlemen. We're a little way further from the end of the recording of the earlier first impressions of Denali video. Denali from Phoenix and Beau. So, why are we back? Well, post-shave feel, first of all, great. Great stuff. In typical Phoenix and Beau fashion, the skin feels great. Smooth. Silky soft, not tight or dry, no nastiness. Normal Phoenix and Beau. Now, I thought I'd show you something else as well. I left the lather in the bowl from shaving earlier, just to see how stable it is. Very, very stable. Let's just get that there. Look at that. No collapsing. Still holding lovely peaks. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Now, like I say, heavily mentholated soaps before have normally collapsed in on themselves by now. Not with this. No. So Kerry, like I said earlier, there's some wizardry going on here. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Make sure you keep making this wonderful stuff. So, what happens now? Well, I'm going to use the soap for another 4 days on the trot. I'm going to do a couple of bowl lathers and a couple of face lathers to see what I prefer with different razors, maybe different brushes, who knows. But definitely 2 bowl, 2 face, different razors. I like these brushes too much, potentially definitely to change out for a different brush. So, look at that. Just 20 minutes, half hour later maybe. Still solid as a rock. Denali Mountain Rock. So gentlemen, I'm going to sign off this first impressions video now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it will give you some ideas as to what Denali is like. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like it enough to subscribe, I very much appreciate that. And I will see you at the end of the week for another video. Bye.